Hello everybody. Well, today is not the day for glamour, so excuse hair and everything else because we're in heat of 45 degrees at the moment. We're absolutely baking and it's quite a struggle, and obviously it's quite a struggle to keep the animals cool and cared for. But I felt it was terribly important to speak to you today after I made an announcement last night that the council in Marrakesh, the full council, had agreed a convention of cooperation to work between the Wali, the council and ourselves. And perhaps I'll just explain a little bit of what that means. We were approached a little while ago by the chief vet, the municipal council, who wanted to visit us and see for himself the work that we did. And I don't think it's overstating the point to say that he was impressed by the cleanliness of the place, the welfare of the animals, the fact they all had shelter, they all had access to food and water throughout the day. And yes, it would be fair to say, I think he was impressed. He reported back to the council in Marrakesh, and several visited from there to see us and see what facilities and resources we had. And then obviously the Wali came on board. Now, for those of you outside Morocco, I'll perhaps try and explain briefly who everybody is. Morocco is split into 12 regions, and every region has a governor. They are known as the Wali, who operate from the Waliya in each of those regions and have responsibility from the government and straight from the king to overseeing and managing those regions. And we fall into the Marrakesh Safi region, which is quite a large region. The municipality is the city of Marrakesh, which of course is the headquarters of the region. So that's who everybody is, and of course, we're just us. First of all, I've got to say that we would not be here today if it hadn't been for several factors. And I'm going to spell those factors out to you, I hope, in a very factual way. Firstly, we own our land. Secondly, we invested in our land. Thirdly, we were committed to try to do something for the equines in Morocco, who we saw were being treated by some people in quite a disgraceful way after a lifetime of toil for humans. Now, if you consider that I was a mental health / human rights barrister and Charles was a trade union solicitor, it's quite easy to understand that having fought very hard for the rights of working people all our lives, it isn't too difficult to recognize the plight of working animals. And that is where our commitment has gone. And it's been a political commitment as well, of course, is being manifestly committed to the concept of animal welfare. Once we had done that, and once we had invested, we couldn't possibly have run this huge estate, and it is huge, and have 200 equines that we have today without support from public donations. And I want to say to all of you in those early years who trusted us and would send us £5 a month, £1 a month, £2, £3, and those who sent rather more, and huge donors. We could not have done it without you. We could not have kept the standards up that we have today and be able to develop a team of amazing Berber workers who are utterly committed to the welfare of these animals. And that is what struck the visitors from the municipality and the vets who visited, was that commitment. And animal welfare is an important thing. It cannot be separated off from human welfare. We are all species on this earth, and we are interrelated. We happen to specialise in equines, that's as it is. And those who know me know that I believe you have to specialise in a species, because the fact is, if people say they can keep equines and dogs together, well, they're in cloud cuckoo land. And if you go behind the scenes and you talk to some volunteers who've been to those places, when the cameras aren't on, the dogs will fight with the donkeys. So they're very different species with different needs. So there we are. What does it mean? It means effectively that the Marrakesh and the region is committed to animal welfare and not allowing equines to wander in distress and in turn become a public health issue to the villages they're wandering amongst. And there will be a public pound. Now, traditionally, public pounds have been set up perhaps in towns or cities, and they're a bit bleak. You know, square of land, you put these rescued animals in. What the people who are partnering with us have shown is they want more than that. They want welfare for these animals. So yes, we will operate the public pound here. Some will be confiscated and they will be carefully monitored. If they can, with the local authorities' agreement, be returned to owners and be happy and well cared for, that may happen. Some may stay here. There's a huge future. The fine detail has all got to be worked out. But also, folks, look at what it means for Marrakesh. Marrakesh can now proudly say, we do care about our equines. So for tourists that come and want to know what's happening, you come here. You don't go to some dingy little piece of land with a few animals thrown on it. You come here where you will be welcomed, where you will see what's happening, where you can have refreshments as well, and maybe in turn you will become committed to the work we are doing. I can't emphasize enough what a huge step forward this is. And I had a lovely message from Dr. Ayoub, the vet, and the municipality, and he said, together we will make this work. And we will make it work. We haven't come this far to fail. We don't do failure at Jardier. So I don't know what more I can say to you today, but we are delighted. And I think that we're very pleased as well, because whilst we're a whole team here, and our team are the Moroccans, and you know how much we value them, it's pretty extraordinary, isn't it, that two old English people come to retire in Morocco. We're both in our 70s. And we have been able to partner with the representatives in Morocco who value what we're doing, and we value them and their commitment they want to give and share with us. This could be a huge future for Marrakesh, and we're open to ideas. Of course we are. Oh, and finally, before I go, what Charles is very keen on, because remember, he ran a very, very big solicitors practice, 160 solicitors. He may be fairly ancient now, but he's not a bad businessman. And he was saying that what we really need is corporate support as well, because we are going to need more land. We are going to need more vehicles. We are going to want to help. And now that we have this status and we're recognised, we must go to the corporate enterprises, the big cement companies, the car manufacturers, the mines, and see if they will help, and we will value them and give them credibility, because it's in their interest as well that the region is seen as a wonderful part of Morocco that is moving forward into the 22nd and the 23rd decade. So there we are. We'll all speak again soon. Bye for now.